Hey guys, Joy here, and I just wanted to address this post that I saw on my Facebook news feed. I wanted to share my thoughts and then, of course, hear from all of you and let me know what you think. So, a friend of mine is apparently reading a book that is, I guess, a relationship book based on this post that was shared. And this particular page is talking about the dynamic of a relationship between men and women, and the post reads as follows. Women should never belittle your man. Never talk down to him. Never ignore him. Never let him feel replaceable. Never play down your need for him. Never cause him to feel embarrassed. Never look away or text while he's talking. Never manipulate him. Never boss him. Never laugh at his mistakes or faults. Never put any person before him. Never be too busy for him. Never be inconsiderate of his feelings. Never tell all his personal business. I thought this was a very interesting post. Of course, I have my thoughts about it, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. One of the commenters said something along the lines of, I agree with this as long as the relationship and those guidelines are reciprocated. Which, let me say, I am a total believer that reciprocation is not only desired, but it is required. When you're in a relationship with someone, that relationship that you two are building is essentially like your child. And just like if you were raising a natural child, you want your child to be healthy, strong, happy, and at peace, right? And just like in having a child, there are certain things that occur naturally at the beginning stages of a relationship, and there are some things that have to be nurtured or taught, right? And so along the way, you're learning each other, you're deciding who's doing what, how you're defining your roles with regards to one another, and you're kind of mutually agreeing upon what your relationship is growing up to be as you raise this child. Say you've moved along down the years and now your child is school age, and you've decided mutually, the two of you have agreed, that when you make your child's lunch for school, the man is going to put on the turkey and the woman is going to put on the cheese. So one day, man wakes up and says, I don't want to put the cheese on. Okay. So, woman, you have a few options. You can say, well, if you're not putting the turkey on, I'm not putting the cheese on, and we're just going to send our kid to school with some bread. Or you can say, okay, fine, don't put the turkey on. I'll put my cheese on, and we'll send our child to school with a cheese sandwich. Or you can say, that's fine, I'll put the turkey on, and I'll put the cheese on, and our child will go to school with a sandwich and not suffer because today you decided you woke up and could not or would not uphold your end of the bargain. The point that I'm making is this. If in a relationship you find that your mate decides they cannot or will not do their part for whatever reason, that does not relieve you of your responsibility to do your part. I don't believe in 50-50 relationships. I believe in 100-100. But I also know that 100% on one day may not look like 100% on another day. Now, in my mind, ideally, the way you handle the situation is, woman, you put the turkey on the sandwich, you put the cheese on the sandwich, and you make sure your child is good to go. Then, later on, you get to come back and say, hey, what happened there? Because I have your back. That's what a partnership is about. But understand also that I'm going to need some answers. What happened there? Why can't you put the turkey on? You do realize that your turkey is important to this sandwich, right? So if you're building a relationship and you have two whole people who have an agreement regarding what it means for each of them to contribute to building that relationship or raising that child, what that also means is there's an allowance. There's like some breathing room for a bad day, or for I got sick, or I forgot, or I'm human, right? But I thought we were in this. I thought you were my teammate. What happens when a teammate drops the ball? The other teammate tries to figure out how to recover it. That's just what happens. It's too many analogies. Back to the kid. So it's important to set expectations and to uphold those expectations. But it's also important to be very realistic about the fact that everybody's not going to be able to do everything all the time. And when you are in a relationship that's worth cultivating and growing and investing in, and that's long term, you have to be willing to pick up some slack sometimes. Because if you expect them to help you when you need it, then you need to be willing to do the same. A few years ago, I heard Denzel Washington do an interview, and he said something that has stuck with me for a very long time. The question was, how have you been in Hollywood for so long and been married to the same woman, and you travel frequently and you're away from home a lot and women are pining over you, and how has your marriage survived that? And what he said is that the secret and the key to a successful marriage is that the two of you cannot fall out of love at the same time. There always has to be at least one of you who is fighting for the relationship. So I'll say it again. Yes, reciprocation is not only desired, it is required. But what is also required for a happy, healthy, strong, peaceful relationship is kindness, understanding, patience, support, all of these other things. So you cannot allow the weight of your relationship to rest on the shoulders of whether or not they are always doing what they said they were going to do. Thanks for listening. I hope that I was able to shed some light on the idea of reciprocity in a relationship, and I would love to hear from you. So please share, comment, and let me know what you think. Alrighty? See you soon. Oh, and by the way, as far as the original post goes, I agree.